Have you ever finished watching an affiliate marketing video and somehow felt more confused than when you started? Because I certainly have. And if I'm honest, I think that one of the biggest problems facing beginners today is not a lack of information. I think it's too much information. In fact, I don't think beginners have ever had access to more training than they do right now. YouTube videos, courses, podcasts, webinars, Facebook groups, online communities, emails, and even blogs. The information is just everywhere. And yet many beginners still feel completely stuck. Why is that? Because information alone doesn't create clarity. In fact, sometimes it creates the exact opposite. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, because I think understanding this could save you months or even years of frustration. When I first discovered affiliate marketing, I was excited. The idea of building an income online sounded absolutely incredible to me, especially as I worked away at sea, especially because I was spending much of my life at sea. I wasn't looking for any shortcuts. I wasn't even looking for a lottery ticket. I was looking for another option, something that might eventually give me more control over my time, that sort of thing, more freedom and more choices. So I started learning, and at first it felt like I was making progress. Every day I was consuming information, watching videos, joining groups, taking notes, and listening to experts. I felt productive doing these things. But looking back now, I wasn't moving forward nearly as much as I thought I was. Because every expert seemed to be saying something different. One person said, you need a website. Another person said, you don't need a website. One person said, you need paid ads. Another said, you never spend money on ads. And one person recommended blogging, another TikTok, another recommended YouTube. And before long, my head was all over the place, spinning like hell. Maybe you felt that too. You start with a simple goal. After consuming enough content, you end up feeling overwhelmed. Not because you're learning too little, because you're learning too much. And more importantly, you try to learn everything at once. And that's exactly what happened to me. I thought success would come for or from collecting more information. Eventually, I realized something very important. The people getting results weren't necessarily learning more, they were applying more. There comes a point where another video just won't help you, another course just won't help you. What helps is taking action. And I say that all the time. Take some action on the PDF I've got in my description down there. It's free. Don't just read it, take action. That's how you'll get to move the needle. So even if it's imperfect action, now don't misunderstand me. I'm absolutely aware that learning is important. Education matters. But information only becomes valuable when it's applied. Otherwise, it's just entertainment disguised as productivity. And that's a trap many beginners fall into. Spend months learning, months researching, and months preparing. Very little action actually building. I know because I did exactly the same thing. I did exactly that. I convinced myself that I needed to know everything before I started. But here's the truth. You don't learn affiliate marketing by studying affiliate marketing. You learn affiliate marketing by doing affiliate marketing, just like You don't learn to ride a bicycle by reading about a bicycle. At some point, you have to get on that bicycle or that bike, and then you've got to wobble and you've got to make mistakes and you improve, especially if you fall off so many times. And eventually, things start making sense. That's exactly how online businesses work. And honestly, that's one reason that I love YouTube so much. Because YouTube forces action. You create a video, you upload it, and you learn from it. Then you make another one, and simple, as simple as you can make it. It's not easy, but it's simple. And simplicity is incredibly underrated, especially for beginners, because complicated systems often create paralysis of some sort. Simple systems create more momentum when you think about it. That's why these days I try to keep everything as straightforward as possible. Just so simple that I do one platform, one audience, one message, one free guide, and one email list. That's it. Not because it's the only way, but because it's a way that I can realistically follow, especially when I'm working offshore. When you're spending weeks and weeks at sea, you quickly realize something. You don't need more complexity. You need more focus, because complexity requires a lot of time. Focus creates progress. And that lesson that applies far beyond affiliate marketing. It applies to life. The more directions you pull yourself in, the harder it becomes to move forward. The more focused that you become, the easier it becomes to gain your momentum. You don't need 10 strategies. You need one strategy long enough to see if it works. Most people abandon good ideas way too quickly, not because the strategy failed, because they got distracted by another strategy and another until they end up back where they started, very confused, overwhelmed, and wondering why nothing seems to be working. That's why I believe one of the most valuable skills in affiliate marketing is technical. I actually believe that one of the most valuable skills in affiliate marketing isn't technical. It's the ability to stay focused. It's the ability to ignore distractions and also to keep things simple and to continue to move forward even when the progress feels really slow. Because progress often looks boring while it's happening. And those boring activities or boring actions eventually create exciting results. Now, if you're watching this and feeling overwhelmed by all the advice online, I want you to remember something. You don't need to learn everything. You need to learn the next step. That's it, the next step. And once you've taken that step, you focused on the next one. And that's how progress happens. Not through knowing everything, through doing the next thing. And honestly, that mindset, it changed everything for me. It reduced stress, it reduced the overwhelm, and it helped me enjoy the journey much more. Now, if you're trying to build an online business without all the hype and all the noise and the confusion, that's exactly what my channel's about, this channel. Simple affiliate marketing, simple YouTube growth, and simple systems for ordinary people, especially those of us who are over 50, who don't want to spend years buried in complicated technology. So if it sounds useful to you, please consider subscribing, because every week I share lessons I'm learning on this journey, the mistakes I've made, and the things I wish somebody had told me when I started. And if you'd like to see the exact beginner-friendly system that I'm using today, I've put together my free guide in the description there. And remember this, the biggest problem most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget, you can watch the next video or a video up here in the corner. Click on that if you want to keep following me. Also, if you want to follow me, subscribe. I'll see you then. Thanks. Steve out.